Hey boom fans, here we go. Ebonite Emerge. We're going to talk a little bit about this pretty sucker. It is a pretty sucker. It is a pearl ASIM. Beautiful bowling ball. I did have a chance to throw this one at the Bowl Expo demo, and boy was it was impressive. Anyway, we're going to get a chance to throw this one, talk a little bit about it. I'll put the release date in the video so you guys can see that. I'll also make sure to put the specs in the video, and we'll talk a little bit more about that once we start throwing the ball. Having said that, as far as the layout goes, I went with a 5-inch pin here, first angle, 50 on the first angle with a 5-inch pin, and then I went with 30 on the or 35, I'm sorry, on the back angle. So 35 on the back angle. So yeah, not only is it beautiful, but my impression so far has been amazing. So we'll get a chance to show that off here before too long. I said in some of my other videos, I'm not gonna know really which video I get out first. We're over here in Florida now at Vero Beach. We're located inside Vero Bowl in Vero Beach, Florida. If you guys are watching this video and around the Vero Beach area, come see me. We're gonna run some ball deals based off of you guys being able to like and subscribe. And if you haven't liked and subscribed already, make sure you're doing that, because if you are subscribed to the channel, probably gonna be running some specials where people that are subscribed get better deals in the pro shop. So anyway, without further ado, let's get this thing going. All right.
Okay, time to get talking about this Emerge. Okay, so what I did here, I left in some video footage of me throwing the Brunswick Infinity right before I switched over to the Emerge, so you can kind of see where I was playing with the Infinity and see that the Infinity was stronger. And then I switched right over to the Emerge there. The Emerge is a pretty strong pearl, but the Emerge comes shiny with compound on it. I believe the finish on it's 500, then 1000, then 1500, then compound. It comes shiny versus the Infinity. Comes with some surface on it. I'm not going to try to recall and say it wrong what the surface is, but it's something like 3000 or something like that, which isn't a lot. It's still pretty slick, but it's and it's also a hybrid versus the Emerge being a pearl. So of course the Emerge is a little cleaner through the fronts than the Infinity. I got that first angle on the Emerge 50, and that first angle on the Infinity is at 60. And for those of you that have been paying attention to my videos, the first number is the higher it goes, the farther down the lane the ball will go before it gets into its roll. I want to talk a little bit about the specs. The RG rating on this Emerge is 2.510. Differential 0.053, and the asymmetrical differential is 0.021. Those are some pretty big numbers. You see there that Emerge, I tried to play it in the same spot as I had the Infinity, and it just went longer before it made its reaction. Even though the first number is lower, the Emerge went longer. That's just telling you right there, the Emerge is definitely cleaner through the fronts and longer down lane than the Infinity. Now at the end of the video, I switch over to the Chill, and I show that in the video too, to show playing similar parts of the lane as far as that goes, but the shape will be different. But we'll talk about that when we get there. But there, I just bumped a little bit right and got a little slower, and got the ball to read at a better part of the lane and get up to the pocket compared to the Infinity. So yeah, those numbers on the core numbers I went over earlier, that 2.51 on the Emerge is pretty similar to the Infinity as far as that goes. But the differential, I think the differential is pretty close, but the asymmetrical differential on the Emerge is higher. Stronger differential on the asymmetrical differential there. I walked that one off, not because I was confident, just because I threw it bad, but got away with it. But anyway, yeah, I went with 50 by 5 by 35 on this one, the 5-inch pin. I drilled all of my stuff at 4.5. I wanted to go a little bit longer on the pin distance on this one. See that one there? I picked up speed just a little bit, and the ball got a little bit more down lane. It's just the bowling alley I'm bowling out here has got a little more oil. It's a little slicker than when I threw this ball at the Expo demo. There was a lot of friction as ball's just going a little bit long playing in that deep here. I can slow down, stay soft, and get it to read at the right lane, right part of the lane. But if I pick up my speed at all, it just kind of skates by it. It's very sensitive to the oil, and very sensitive to the friction. Now I moved a little right, and I can see where the ball is trying to touch the friction a little bit sooner there, so it gets up a little bit. I think I bump a little bit further right here. Take a look here. Yeah, a little bit, just a little bit more right, and there you go. A little bit further right, staying soft on my release, and it gets the ball to read at the right point. So I would say in comparison to Pearl asymmetricals, this ball would be considered fairly strong. I know it's hard to understand that whenever I'm doing what I'm doing, but because you think it's weaker than the Infinity. It's weaker than Infinity, but it's still a strong Pearl. Because once I get into the right part of the lane, you can see it really bounce off of the friction right there. Yeah, that one there left me a 10 pin, so I'll make a little adjustment for that. But this ball does come with HK22, which everybody's loving. It does come also with Dynamic Core. See right here, runs over the 8 pin. You just get that ball to the friction at the right spot. It's really good. I gotta say, at the demo, there was a lot of friction, and this ball was nasty. It really read the friction and went through the pins well. I would say this ball would be good for most people. If you're struggling with speed, you could probably manipulate it a little bit with the layout, kind of like I did with that first angle, being a little bit higher to get the ball down the lane, and it's not overly strong where it's still going to read too much, so you can do that. Or if you bowl in a center with a decent amount of friction, that's a pretty good shot. You could make the layout a little bit stronger. If you have high speed and low revs, you could make the layout a little bit stronger, and it's still got enough teeth to give you the reaction that you wanted. So for me, this ball fits a little bit on the stronger side, not much. It says here made for medium to heavy oil. I would say that's probably fair. Medium to heavy oil is pretty accurate description. Like I said, everything varies on the bowler, the center that you're bowling in, and things like that. So just keep that in mind. Definitely talk to your PSO if you're near the Vero Beach, Florida area. Talk to me about it, and I'll see what we can do. Whether we drill this ball up or something else that might fit your game better, depending on where you're bowling. That one there, that's terrible. See, I got that ball in, and like I said, it's very sensitive to the oil and very sensitive to the friction, so it just sat there. Terrible shot, but that's why you know, not on TV, so I'm gonna make some mistakes, but that's okay. But yeah, it's a pearl asim, colors on it. The one thing about the ball, it's definitely beautiful. The last one they come out with, the Envision, that ball was beautiful, and then they come out with another really pretty one, great shelf appeal. You're just getting the ball to read to the right spot. Nice soft release, getting it to touch the friction just right. Anyway, the colors are black, silver, and purple. It says here for the reaction length with strong back end. That's about right. It's definitely a little skid flippy. Like I said, I got it the first angle at 50, and it's not really skid too far. It's not sideways on the back, but it's definitely, when it touches that friction down lane, it gets going. But you got to get it to touch the friction at the right spot. If you're touching the friction too late, it's going to move too late. That was a bad shot. I kind of floated it down the lane instead of letting go of it. But that asymmetrical differential, that's pretty strong. There's not a lot of stuff out there, like the one remix, I think, is around there. Now there's that shot with that chill. You see how it was played in pretty close to the same part of the lane?
Okay, there you go. You got a chance to see the Ebonite Emerge. I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have, thank you very much. Like and share, and don't forget I'm over here in Vero Beach, Florida now, no longer in Louisiana. I'm gonna miss those guys over there, but I'm looking forward to this time over here. So if you're anywhere near Vero Beach, Florida, come on inside Vero Bowl and come see me, and we'll get you something drilled up, get this Emerge drilled up. All right then, boom out.